Alright, this wasn't a one-night stand, but it almost turned into one. So I met this very short guy in college. He was borderline a midget, actually. He was shy and came up to me one day, saying, "I saw you sitting over there. You're very pretty." I felt bad for him. Girls probably rejected him left, right, and center. We became friends and hung out a lot in school. One day, 3 of my classes were cancelled, and I had nothing to do for hours, so he insisted that we hang out at his house because it was pouring down with rain outside and the cafeteria was too full anyway. He said that his mum and aunt would be home too. I agreed and got into his car. Big mistake. He drove out to his house. Literally, I'm in the middle of the woods, away from all other houses like in a horror movie. So we get to his house and it's completely empty. Alarm number 1. It was around Halloween time, so we watched a scary movie in his living room. Eventually he says, "Take your jacket and hang it up on the wall." So I did. When I got up, he grabbed my bum. Alarm number 2. When I got up there were tons of pictures of him dressed like a cowboy. He was apparently a cowboy in the South a few years ago that wrestled baby cows. It was so weird looking at a picture of a short, nubby guy trying to wrestle a baby cow. Then I got this bad feeling that I was going to get raped for some reason. All of a sudden, his chicken nugget boner shows through his pants, and he tries to mount me. I shove him off and punch him in the face. I grab my stuff and bolt to the door. But he drove me there, so I had no car. I had no clue how to get back to the school. I took out an emergency pocket knife from my backpack and threatened to slice his throat open unless he took me back. He dropped me off at the school and threw my stuff out of his car yelling, "Whore!" and sped away. I sat there in the rain crying. I can't believe I thought that he was a friend and I put myself in danger like that. If he was full size, he would have raped me. I wasn't a slut, nor did I have my first boyfriend at the time, but I felt like a huge whore. He even blocked me off Facebook, the sore loser. I'm gonna start off by saying I'm a female. I met a very sweet guy in his 30s when I was out for drinks. He showed up in a luxury car and proceeded to tell me about his lavish lifestyle. I'm not a gold digger in any way, so it didn't interest me. But he did have lots of nice things like a yacht, several beach homes, foreign cars. Eventually, he realised I'm not into those things and was actually there to get to know him. So we began talking about ourselves and whatnot. He mentioned briefly that he was going through a divorce, but that he's fine. Several glasses of wine later, we made it back to his place and we get frisky. It ends within minutes, literally. Which was a letdown, but whatever, we all have our moments. He then proceeds to put a robe around me and spray me down with perfume, which he then explains was his wife's, who left him for a guy who worked for him. He begins sobbing and begging me to just let him cry in my arms. With her robe and perfume on at this point, I've pretty much accepted that this dude is a full-on grief-overcome psychopath, and that I'm probably going to wind up chained in his basement with his wife's face taped on my body, or dead. I keep trying to find reasons to get up, like, I have to pee, or may I check my phone, my sister will find it strange if I don't come home. But he won't budge. All at once, he gets up and drags me to his car. We're driving in the middle of nowhere and I'm thinking, so this is how I die. When he finally pulls up into a countryside driveway and lays on the horn, he pulls out his phone and records his wife and her lover looking out the window at him. He grabs me out of the car and says, "I'm fucking other people too, Diane." And we drive off before the cops could arrive. Though, I wish desperately those people or the cops would have intervened. We get back to his house and he carries me to bed and says, "I'm not insane, I just need commitment." He has the crazy eyes that only true sick people can have. He puts his wife's expensive jewelry on me and goes to sleep. I got up in the middle of the night and without grabbing my clothes, found my keys and got out of there. My only issue was I was in his parking garage and had to use the button to open it, which I knew would wake him up. I waited until the door was just open enough and backed out of there like a bat out of hell. He called and texted me millions of times asking, "Why did you leave, beautiful? When do I get to see you again?" I blocked his number and thankfully, he didn't know my full name or any other information in order to enable him locating me. I pawned the jewelry and never called the cops. I blamed myself for it happening, since I willingly went into his home on the first date. I never have I ever had a one-night stand again. A few buddies I hadn't seen in months wanted to go on a night out, drinking and getting wasted. We tried our luck with a few girls. 2 friends pulled straight away with the drunk chicks, But I wasn't getting anywhere, so I went outside, started talking to some random chick for a while before going back inside. She was too sober to be fun. So I go back inside and my friend got a girl with a friend who's dancing alone. She doesn't care because she's out of it. Me, also being out of it, says, "What the hell?" and starts dancing with her. She grinds on me, and we make out for a solid 20 minutes, and I'm definitely enjoying it. Instant, you know what? Wearing tightish, soft jeans, so it's very noticeable, and she starts grinding up against it with every body part she's got. I'm loving the moment, so I grab her and bring her outside, but we start making out again. She whispers some freaky stuff in my ear, and I'm down. We get a taxi from the bar straight to her house, and she tells me to be quiet because her dad is home. I don't think she had a mom. Anyway, we get inside and start going at it as quiet as possible, but damn, she has a nicer body than I thought, so I can't stop groaning. She doesn't seem to care that I'm so loud, so she starts saying some freaky stuff again. I'm nearly crying out from how good this is. But just then, her dad bursts in and tells me to get out. He wasn't violent or anything, just pissed off. Probably that he could hear his daughter getting it. That's what I thought, but he was annoyed that she was getting it for a whole another reason. Anyway, as I'm walking out as fast as I can, I walk past her window and hear them arguing, and then he says the words, "Only I'm allowed to do that to you." Bruh. I kind of stopped, and then just got the hell out of there. Walked around the neighborhood for a while and eventually found my way home